Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of judgment.
Steed. Chub. Step.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
Will you remember pizza?
Will I remember what pizza is? Yeah. I'll still know what pizza is.
Okay, so not a total loss.
You think I would look like a stalker?
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show started. Welcome back, everybody. I can't wait to share with you what we have today. This is going to be the best episode of Chubstep you've ever heard. Woo! I think
You
what?
think what? You think
What?
I was thinking, I mean, is it gonna last week's episode of Patrick Bertolotti was pretty solid. I don't know if it's gonna beat that.
Okay, this episode's going to be bad. Turn it off. I don't care. I'm phoning it in.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Steed,
Hi.
I gotta start with something first. I was in Las Vegas this past weekend.
Yeah.
I went there because I am the best man in a wedding. I planned a bachelor party that I can't go on due to a pregnancy,
Whoa.
which is why we're talking about this.
Just so everyone knows, I'm invited to this wedding.
Yes, yeah, just for the
I'm
record,
going
this
to
is
this
about the
wedding. I
Yeah.
don't want people to think Jared always goes to all these weddings and stuff because he has so many friends. But guess what? This time it's also one of
Steed's
my friends.
Steed's there. That's true. It's a mutual
So
friend
I'll
of
be
ours
there.
for this
I'm
wedding.
going to be there. And I have to buy a new suit
Ooh,
because
nice.
the dress code's black tie, Jared.
I'm wearing actually shockingly, I had a tux that fits the exact tux that he bought for his wedding. So it worked out that the one tux that I bought
You just have
also fits this.
tuxes
I had a tux
on.
from the one of the other weddings I was in last year.
You bought it? So
I
you just
did.
had a tux?
I bought it. Yeah, the price difference was not crazy between buying it and renting it. And if I could buy it, then it fit my exact body type,
Mm.
which is ripped,
Oh,
jacked ripped,
yeah.
6'5" jacked ripped, and they don't make off the shelf tuxes for that. So
I'm 6'1", husky, male.
beta soy boy.
Beta soy boy.
So, Steve, we actually saw in Las Vegas, we saw a guy that ordered he came up, he was wearing a Bill's hat, very similar to the one you're wearing right now.
Oh,
And
nice.
he orders a drink, but he's like, they're like, what kind of milk? And he says soy milk.
Wait,
And then,
milk?
like, as he's leaving, they're like, oh, the guy's got the hat just like Steve. I'm like, except for this guy's
Yeah, that
a
guy's
soy
beta.
a soy boy, bitch.
You're going in there ordering soy milk. You don't
Yeah.
like cow's juice. I'm not a milk fan, okay? I've made this public.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into this in a minute. I have drank
Okay.
breast milk before. We'll get into that too.
It's been
But-
over 30 years since I have.
Yeah. Wait, you've drank breast milk too?
Not in the last 30 years.
Oh, okay. 30. I thought you said a third of a year.
No.
Okay, weird. I don't know where I was going with this. Something about soy milk. I hate soy milk. Almond
Yeah.
milk. It's just put some extra water in it and move on. Soy boy.
When I saw the soy thing, I was like, yeah, weak.
If I was there, I would have
undeserving of a
spoke
Bills
up.
fan. Undeserving of a
No,
Bills fan.
he probably bought that hat because he likes buffaloes.
Yeah, yeah, he doesn't even know about the Bills.
He has no clue.
Yeah. So what I did here, Steve, and this is something I was excited to do because I couldn't go on this other bachelor trip. I was also planning. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to do a mini one with me, Chubstep Face, our lawyer, and Bryn Flakes. So it
Yeah.
was three of us, and he didn't know where we were going.
Like
I just
at all?
I just said, pick a weekend you're free, and I'm going to plan a mini trip for us, 2 nights. So I paid for the flight. Hey, I'll do it out of my pocket. I don't care. 'Cause
Yeah, but he would
I
have
was
known.
planning-
He would have seen the ticket, right?
Exactly. Well, I never gave him the ticket. He gave me his
Oh,
pre-flight
because you
number.
flew together.
we flew together, and I bought the ticket and everything.
Oh my
He
God,
didn't pay
that's
for anything
funny.
except for like, food or whatever, his gambling and stuff. So I I just said, he said, what do I pack? So I sent him a list of things, and it was like, you need nice clothes for going to dinner. And then I said, wear some pastels. Picture like maybe going to a fancy SEC football game,
This was the
sandals.
Kentucky Derby
So
weekend too.
exactly, exactly
I
Kentucky
thought he
Derby
was
weekend.
going to
So
the
I was
Derby.
and he's like, oh yeah, number two's. I think I'm getting a good hint from number two. But then I said like sandals, swimsuit, and shorts and t-shirt for walking around during the day. And he's like, well, it's supposed to be like 50, so I don't know. So
Well,
I
you
pick
should have
up.
told him, thrown him off with a winter coat.
Well, I did say, and then I said sweatshirt. I said bring a
Okay.
sweater. So so when I pick him up, he's like, I have zero idea where we're going. And I drive to the airport, get through security. I didn't even want him to see his ticket in security. So like I gave the security guard, like, check-in TSA people, both of our passes to get through. And he
Oh
didn't
my
know
God.
until we got to the gate where we were going.
Oh yeah, I guess the gate dead
Yeah, the
giveaway right
gate will
there.
give it away. The gate will give it away. Then we get there and we're staying at Mandalay Bay, and we walk into the lobby, and Bryn Flakes is in the lobby. He had no idea Bryn Flakes was going.
Oh my God.
So it was a good like double surprise. Yeah, it was. He thought it was just going to be the two of us, and he had no idea we're going. And then it turns out the other co-best man and me, yeah, we're in Las Vegas. So
Wow.
um, good times there. Good times there. I always, I counted up, Steve. That was my 15th time in Las Vegas.
That's a lot of times.
Yeah, that's a lot of times. But I'm a big fan. I like it.
Yeah, it's fun. Like Elvis. Um, that's the only time I would listen to Elvis music
Yeah,
if I'm in Las
yeah,
Vegas.
yeah, yeah. That's fair.
I
There's
mean,
there's other times you can do it, but yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. Whatever. I just like I walk around and I'm like, it's crazy what people can build. That's what I just like. I like gambling, but I'm not like doing crazy gambling. Anything crazy.
I don't think I've
I
ever been outside when I'm there.
I just like to walk from casino to casino, just see it all. I will say Kentucky Derby. We did go to a really cool Kentucky Derby party at the
Kentucky
Durango, which
Derby
is
bar.
Kentucky Derby party at the Durango, which is like off the strip, like 15-minute drive. And we were on there for the last two races, and we each put a bunch of bets in each thing. Not one of our horses finished in the top three either race. And
Oh
when that horse won at the end, that came from the back, there was not one person cheering. That like
no,
nobody in the whole place picked that horse to
no.
win any money on.
I didn't have him. I had like maybe $200. I had like a million trifectas. I had a couple winners, and one
Yeah.
of my winners was Danforth Bourbon, the Japanese horse, who was in the lead the entire time.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And I mean,
yeah,
I'm standing up, I'm cheering, I'm whacking my own butt, pretending it's the
yeah.
horse's butt to try and make him go faster. Didn't help at all.
No, better than up.
Stupid
Better than up.
golden boy.
Yeah.
I hate that horse.
Yeah, that was lame. Impressive comeback, but like nobody wanted that.
No, he's not going to win the Triple Crown, too.
I don't think he's even competing in
There's
the next race.
what?
That's what I just saw. He's not even
What a
competing
coward.
in the next. I
Oh
know.
my God.
So, okay. Was there anything you want to get to before we get to the main topics, dude?
I don't know. Test that horse for horse steroids.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Or let me
Okay.
go back and rebet on it. It was like
Yeah, if I
23 to
could,
1 or something.
yeah, it was up there.
Yeah.
And I put money on Danforth Bourbon when he was like 29 to 1.
Yeah.
And then it moved all the way to 12 to 1
Yeah.
because
Yep.
everybody respects the Japanese so much.
Exactly. Exactly.
And, I was respecting the Japanese and now I don't respect them at all.
I think
They
that's
don't know how
fair.
to train a horse for shit.
That's fair. That's fair. They got, yeah.
Screwed me. They screwed me.
I agree. I'm sorry, Steve. Sorry that happened.
I would have been in Vegas with you. You wouldn't even known it.
You would have made so much money.
Of course, my horse.
Pregnancy. That's what we're talking about here, Steve.
Okay,
And
yeah,
I
we're talking
figure
about being
who's
pregnant.
better to talk about pregnancy than two males?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
we're
Yeah,
unbiased. We're
we are.
unbiased.
We're getting to the bottom of some stuff today.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you have some experience because you got to witness a pregnancy firsthand. You're
I've
witnessing
witnessed
one
two
right
pre-
now.
I've witnessed two pregnancies, and what I'll tell you is It's pretty tough for us boys.
I would assume. I would assume that.
People don't talk about that. 1865, they found out 11 to 65% of expecting fathers experience real symptoms: weight gain, nausea, food cravings, abdominal pain, even labor pains. Uh,
Oh my God.
and they say those are their first and third trimester disappear at birth. So that actually happens to fathers of pregnant
No,
women.
that's how they act all the time.
There's an argument to be made for that, Steve. There's an
That's
argument
how
to be
they
made.
act all the time, and their
Yeah.
wives are
Yeah.
just so angry about being pregnant, they're finally realizing it.
Shocking.
There's a lot of crazy pregnancy fast. Turns out the people have been having babies for thousands, millions of years, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I'll give it hundreds of thousands.
I only did
I,
mine on human pregnancies. Did you do other animals?
no, I didn't do any. I don't care about other animals.
Okay, okay, because we could have done a whole thing on other animals and things like that. I'm sure there's just as many crazy things going on there.
We'll deal with that when the individual animals come up.
Exactly. There, you're right. Good
Like the
point.
eels, like the
Like the
eels.
eels. You're talking about nobody's ever seen an eel pregnancy.
No.
So here's the deal. We're experts on pregnancies,
Hmm.
way more than I was yesterday.
Yeah, my sisters were pregnant.
Yeah, Steve's had six was pregnant. I've
Hmm.
had wives that were pregnant.
Hmm. Wives?
Singular,
Plural?
singular, singular,
Plural?
singular. Anyway, uh, there's a lot of crazy stuff out there with this. Just different things that they believe around the world. There is different crazy laws. There's different just facts around pregnancies that really just seem fake or not real. Just like all things that when you look at the span of history, recorded history stuff. Where do you want to start, Steve?
I want to start with how does pregnancy start?
Okay, I don't even have that. I don't even
How,
know.
how do you get pregnant? It was described like a vending machine essentially, and then you're the quarter,
Okay,
and then you have to put it into like some type of slot.
okay.
And then when you put it in the slot, it goes down into the vending machine's innards, and then you wait a little bit, and then like the quarter was small, and then the
Hmm.
soda that comes out is big. It's much bigger than the quarter.
That's perfect.
So
Yeah.
something happened.
Yeah. Wow, that's a great analogy, Steve. Yeah, I had never
Oh,
thought about it like that, but it makes so much sense. And sometimes you don't know what's got to come out, right?
yeah, like the vending machine could malfunction
Yeah.
or
And so,
something.
yeah, exactly.
Like you have a general idea what's going to come out.
But sometimes the thing's broken and two come out.
Yep. Sometimes two come out. That's
Yeah,
double the joy.
double the joy. Yeah,
So you've made a baby. How does it work? Is that pretty
that's
spot
pretty
on?
spot on. Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
spot on.
Okay, cool. So women are basically vending machines for babies.
Yep.
And I'm going to stand by that. Anyways.
Stand strong in that position, Steve.
Anyway.
Here's the thing. I'll punch a baby when nobody's looking, just
Okay.
to establish my lifelong dominance over that child. Well, they cry all the time, right?
Yeah.
How are they going to know it's from just a little punch in the eye?
Steve, I can go through a couple ones of how people have determined if they were pregnant or not.
Like old-timey ways.
Old-timey ways. Do you have any of those?
I know there's something you put like an egg yolk on your belly.
I don't have that one.
Okay, that's you put like an egg yolk on your belly, and I think depending on the way it moves or something, or if the yolk is touching the edge, it's gonna you're either pregnant and then it's a boy or a girl. I don't know. Somebody's done this before.
I'm sure there's so many ones on here that I haven't even seen somebody try, or that like it's just not recorded. The ones I'm showing you are ones that were done multiple times. Here's one back to the 1300s BC.
Oh, whoa, BC. How do they know
BC.
this? No way
And
they
well,
know
because
this.
it was done throughout history. Like it still was done up to like the 1600s, 1700s. Um, and I actually saw this, the first time I'd ever heard about this was in the show The Great, which is about Peter the Great. And she's trying to get pregnant and they're trying to see if she's actually pregnant or not. So this is the way it works. The different ones, one was you would basically the woman would pee on two bags. One was wheat, one was barley. If either
Okay.
sprouts, you're pregnant.
Oh,
If barley sprouts first, it's a boy. If wheat sprouts first, it's a girl.
have they verified this? Have doctors verified
In
this?
1963, there was a test of this, 70% accurate.
What?
It was 70%
Get the
accurate at
fuck out.
detecting pregnancy.
What?
Not necessarily at the
I'm not
boy
buying
versus
that.
girl part,
I'm
but
not buying
the
that.
wheat was 70% accurate in,
I'm
in
not
testing
buying that.
pregnancy.
I'm not buying that at all.
Yeah.
What? Was there
And
a control? What?
I'm telling you, they said they tested this out in the 60s.
And
And
they,
then it wasn't until like basically the 70s that they started having like the traditional pregnancy test.
so it was still wheat.
I'm sure they had different things, but like the one we
Where do
know
you
of
find
now.
wheat? What
Oh,
store can you go to?
well, back in the day, it was more prevalent. Now we just get the bread. Now we just buy bread.
Okay, so you can pee on maybe a potato. I got potatoes.
Okay, try peeing on a potato, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what happens.
There was ones that didn't work. There's an onion test. Uh, Women would insert an onion into themselves. If their breath smelled like onions in the morning, they were pregnant. That was tested, does not work.
I think we gotta do more testing.
Okay, you want to test? Yeah, it might have just been the vegetable. Who knows what the issue was?
Where was it going? What hole?
The hole the baby comes out of.
Okay.
It's not accurate.
Okay. I don't buy that, but
Okay. There was uh there was one that they did for a long time. This one was a little bit, I would say, inhumane in the sense that it would cause an animal to die every time, but it actually was 98% accurate, they found.
ain't no way.
It was they would inject a rabbit or mouse with woman's urine if it
Okay.
and then days later, once it passed away, they would have to dissect it and examine the ovaries. If it had enlarged ovaries, the woman was pregnant.
Ooh.
They did a test in 1931. It was 98% accurate.
That's when did they start doing this?
Um, Sounds like they did it from in the 1920s.
What kind of psychopath came up with that?
No, that's a very weird one and like just kind of a freak. This is called the Asheim-Zondek and Friedman-Lapham tests. Yeah, it
Oh
just
yeah.
those guys locked them up.
Yeah, jail for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Free and your name's on the test. Like you're proud of it. I mean,
exactly.
it did work, 98%.
Yeah,
That's
they said it
pretty.
was very accurate.
They
Yeah,
only gained like 1%
yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
little
yeah,
strips you pee on.
yeah.
What if those strips are just rats' ovaries? You don't know what's on those pregnancy tests. Those pregnancy tests, the paper could just be the ovaries of critters.
It's hard to know, Steve. It's definitely a possibility. I've never dissected one.
No reason. I just like doing things like that.
I'm sure you've seen a baby, but have you ever seen a big ass baby?
My cousin was a fairly big baby, but nothing like the world record setting baby. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the world record setting baby.
Yeah.
Baby. Unfortunately, this baby did shortly pass away after it
Yes.
was born. But
Yes.
there's been some other baby chonks that did survive.
Yeah.
This baby was born to a 7'11" mother and a 7'9" father.
Yeah.
So this takes away for the size for me a little bit because she's 7'11".
Yeah.
So she's big.
Yeah.
This baby was a chonk coming in at 22 pounds.
Which is crazy. Like 10 pounds is a very big baby.
Is that crazy?
Yes, 22 is insane.
No. Huh. That seems
That's
pretty
like that might
like
be like what a
what's a normal baby?
8, 9 pounds.
8? That's a bowling ball.
8 or 9 pounds
That's a
is
small bowling ball.
But yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
jeez.
if it was two people that were 7'11" and 7'9",
Wow.
the tallest couple alive, you know. So actually, their combined height of 15 feet 8 inches is a Guinness World Record still.
That is impressive. There was another baby born to a normal human. Not
Yeah.
that sounded mean. Um, born to not tall people. This
Yeah.
baby was a chunk. Born to Anian Muhammad Hassanuddin,
Hmm.
19 pounds, 2 ounces. 2009, which is
Yeah.
much more recent. This baby, there's a picture of it next to these other babies, and it looks like it's hilarious. It looks like, you know, I can't even like two middle schoolers in
Yeah.
their football uniforms next to like Ray Lewis in his football uniform.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just
Like,
like they swaddled these two other babies on his sides and like these little
yeah.
blankets. Didn't have a blanket big enough for this big ass baby, and his like arms are out like he's fucking mogging you. He's mean mogging. It's a
Is
big
it
baby.
is it like that video of Andy Reid when they're doing that kicking thing and he's like double the size of all the other kids doing that kicking?
Yes. This baby looks swole. I mean,
Yeah.
2009. I gotta look up this baby. He's probably
Oh,
freaking
there's
huge right now.
gotta be a big picture.
What's 2009? How old would he be? Yeah, he's getting up
Sev-
there. He's getting ready for the
17.
NFL. Nope, he grew up to be a normal sized human.
Okay, that's disappointing.
That is the lamest thing I've ever heard. That's like when, you're a up and
So much
coming star in college, you get drafted in the first round and you just
you're
flutter
buzzed.
out. Yeah.
So much potential.
So much
Yeah,
potential.
so much potential.
I keep
Um,
analogizing babies to football players,
no,
and that is
that's
kind
how
of how
most
I
people have
think
to
about them.
understand it.
Hmm. I
Do
don't
you know
have them.
the smallest baby, Steed, to ever survive?
I think it would be really cute if it came out like the size of a chipmunk, and it like to me that would be just adorable if it was running
Yeah,
around for a little, and it grew up normal. I know that's probably not the case, but if you've ever seen a baby fish, like a
yeah,
baby swordfish or a baby sturgeon, they look just like a big ass sturgeon or a big, like the swordfish babies have
sure.
like the fans and the long noses and stuff. It's weird.
Uh, this is probably not far off from a chipmunk. See how much a chipmunk weighs. This 8 ounces, Steve, 16 ounces to a pound, so a little over half a pound. It was like
8 ounces?
8.4 ounces, about the weight of 2 sticks of butter.
That's insane. How long was the pregnancy?
This doesn't say how long the pregnancy was, but the baby survived.
Wow. Chipmunks, by the way, up to 5 ounces.
Okay, so a little
You're
bit bigger
talking
than a
one
chipmunk.
point 1.3 chipmunks.
Yeah. The shortest um, premature baby to survive, Steve, was 21 weeks.
That's,
Monday.
I mean, that would be nice if
So
the baby grows
it's
up fine.
half the time
Yeah,
of
you
normal
don't have to
pregnancy.
deal with pregnancy for that long.
Well, but then you're probably dealing with
Yeah,
the
but if you
NICU
don't,
forever.
maybe you don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe doctors can figure out how to speed pregnancy up in the future.
We'll see.
I think
Uh,
I'd be okay with it.
yeah. Yeah. Do you know what the longest pregnancy is?
It was, I believe, 100 days longer, so 365 days.
375. Yeah.
Ah, damn,
Yeah.
that's close.
Yes. Uh, and it wasn't even that big of a baby. But
It was just
it,
chilling.
it was just chilling. It just was like they don't really know exactly what the situation was in 1945, so they didn't have all the same
Oh
sort of
yeah,
tests that we
doctors are
have
just
now.
like, I don't know.
What the hell's going on here, lady? I thought like she's having like taking off work. She's like, I'm gonna be gone around this time. They're like,
Oh no.
wait a little, wait, something's going on. Steve, in certain countries it's illegal to know the sex of your baby.
What? Well, like in China?
China's one of them.
Yeah. Wait, there's
China's one.
more?
China's one of them. India and Vietnam. You cannot know if it's going to be a boy or girl.
Man, those people must have been doing some pretty bad stuff over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's they did it for for basically the worst sort of reason. Like the best reasons for the babies, it's a sad reason why the reason they did it. But one positive was that there's no gender reveals there.
That is something when every bad thing, something good comes out of it.
Yes.
And that is a good thing.
Silver lining, if you will.
Yeah.
So in some of these countries, they actually there's huge penalties, like $4,000 penalties, your license
Just for
revoked,
getting a gender reveal.
potential jail time if you're like a doctor that, tells somebody what the sex of their baby is.
That is absolutely wild.
You're going to
Like,
jail.
I just wanted to get him a cool shirt for when he's born. No.
I know. I know.
Hey, they ruined it, okay? People
Exactly.
ruined it for him.
Exactly.
That's my daughter's. You take that off.
If you're a new mother, this is what you can expect during your pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go through these. We can help you along your journey.
Yes.
Because I know we have a lot of female listeners, but we have a lot of pregnant listeners. If you just got pregnant, you picked the right time to tune in.
This is perfect time to tune in.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously you're going to get morning sickness. Has your wife had this?
Yes.
She's got mornings. She's all, I'm sick. I don't feel good. I don't feel so good. There's a baby kicking my tum-tum. Well, next time she complains about that, tell her to drink some of this ginger tea. Ginger tea, the one cure-all for morning sickness and nausea. Fear not, ladies. No more complaining about that.
No more complaining. There's
Okay.
a perfect cure, and it's called ginger tea, and it fixes everything.
Yes, you drink the ginger tea, you don't feel nauseous anymore. Okay? Because if sometimes people get depressed when they're pregnant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm so down in the dumps,
Yeah.
I'm getting bigger. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, if your breasts are swollen and you're feeling down in the dumps, do what I said.
Yeah.
Go to maybe like Jimmy John's. A lot of desperate guys in Jimmy John's.
Mm-hmm.
Basically the only guys in there. They're all single guys because they don't know what to eat. And they're like, sandwiches are their food. I'm a guy. Sandwiches are food. You walk in there, they see those huge boobs. They're going to want to give you a massage. One, you get a free massage. Two, you get a free breast massage.
Okay.
Okay.
So Steed, in this scenario,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, I've never heard that Jimmy John's is a good place to pick up desperate men.
Desperate.
And
It's the best
Well,
place.
here's a question. Do you think pregnant women are in need of desperate men? I don't know if that's really what they're looking for.
Well, maybe they're baby daddies at work or something.
Okay. When the baby daddy's at work and then the wife who's pregnant is pursuing other men, I don't feel
No,
like
just
that's gonna.
no. She's looking for relief from her breast tenderness.
She's looking for a massage
A
from a random
massage.
man,
But
from a
if
random
she
man.
pays for a massage,
Mhm.
then her baby daddy's going to know she was wasting all the gas money on massages.
Okay, so free massage at Jimmy John's, or where is this happening?
Well, probably the parking lot.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, so you meet the guy in Jimmy John's. Just stay away from the ones in fedoras. Other than that, you should be good to go.
Okay. Or
Go into a
Jimmy
Go into a Jimmy
Jimmy
John's.
McCoy
Tell
hats.
me it's not
Full of
lonely,
desperate guys.
desperate, lonely guys. It's the
Okay.
only people that eat sandwiches.
That's fair. That's
Go to
fair,
a
Steve.
real restaurant. Well, fucking make yourself a sandwich, you loser. What are we doing?
What's your shot at Jimmy John's? Didn't you work,
I don't know, I
work at a
just-
Jimmy John's competitor?
It was Melio's.
Yeah.
Hey, guess who came in there? Fucking bums.
Okay.
Okay.
Serving the bum community. Okay.
Yeah, it was bums. It's a sandwich. If you don't have the ability to go into
Yeah.
a store and get your own lunch meat, you're
Yeah.
a bum and you're single,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went to Jimmy John's twice this last year. Okay, there were some rough days. And it was just nice to be around my peers. And it was nice to see all the busty women coming in.
Okay. All right.
So there, I solved that problem.
There you go. That's solved. If you need a massage, go to Jimmy John's. And if if your Sigo is not around, that's a perfect spot. Okay, Steve, here's a couple little pregnancy facts we can tell you about what your body's going through. This is girl talk, by the way. This whole section's been girl
This
talk.
whole episode is going to talk.
Except to Vegas.
Your organs move all around,
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
including like your heart literally moves where it's at. Blood volume goes up 50%.
That's absolutely crazy because that's
With
what Lance Armstrong did.
exactly. People think he might have been pregnant when he did the
Oh,
Tour de
that's
France.
smart. That's smart.
Up to 67% with twins, which if you're taller, you actually have a higher chance of having twins.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. Like because you can fit a bigger baby in there. I don't know. You can fit more babies. I don't know.
I guess, yeah.
Those the rules.
I think my brother was a twin and then he ate the sibling in the womb.
Yeah. Could have been. That's why
But
he's a tall guy.
no, it was the other one. It was Nick.
Oh, Nick. Oh, not. Oh. Well, then that doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
No. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's mushrooms that he finds in the woods. He's very resourceful.
He'll
He's
eat
always
anything.
been resourceful.
That guy will get anything.
Exactly.
Women's feet get bigger when they're pregnant. I don't know if you know this. 60 to 70% have permanently larger feet.
Yeah, you got to ice those puppies down.
You can't really lay on your back when you're pregnant, sleeping wise, because it affects your cardiac output drops by 25%.
That's a lot of percent.
Yes, because the uterus crushes the inferior vena cava.
Oh, yeah. I know what that
Uh,
is.
I know some of these words.
Higher chance of gingivitis when you're pregnant.
Ginger, what?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Bad for the gums.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's one little thing about the babies too. They are when they come out, they're all like slimy and gross.
Oh, they're
like
disgusting.
white and chalky. Yeah, they're slimy, gross. It's a cheese-like varnish,
Oh, geez.
waxy
Yeah.
cheese-like varnish, like a cheese coating, it's a good cheese that would be good to coat yourself in, like a
What?
brie, maybe.
What the hell? Is it cheese? Could you eat
No,
it?
it's not cheese. It's called Vernix caseosa.
Do you think like
But
a dog would eat it?
yeah, dogs would eat anything. Yeah. Uh, so you sound 17 to 21 weeks it starts forming. What it does is it stops the baby skin from pickling
Oh,
in the
yeah.
fluid that it's in for 9 months. So it come out like a prune.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So you just get this waxy thing around
Who
you.
thought of this stuff?
I don't know. Moses?
Was this out there?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Winnie.
I had a stuffed animal named Winnie.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it wasn't technically an animal. I took a Ziploc bag and I stuffed it with old newspaper and then I drew a smile on it.
Okay, Jared, moms can start producing the breast milk 14 weeks into pregnancy.
Okay.
This is good news for you because you love milk so much.
I'm very specific to cow's milk.
Okay, so I tasted breast milk. Famously.
When did this happen?
I was at a party.
Yep.
And somebody had a baby there. And they were like, we gotta feed this baby.
Yeah.
And I think I jokingly started to drink the breast milk. Then everyone's like, do it. Drink some milk. And I'm like, I'm gonna drink the milk. And then I had some of the milk.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like creamier,
Mm-hmm.
like thicker. I thought it would be like very nutritious.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why these babies got to be eaten all the time because there's no nutrition in that thing. It was like super watery. It was very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you maybe boiled it down a little bit, added a little bit of sugar, you're in for a nice treat.
You're talking like nog right now, Steve. It sounds like eggnog.
No. Yeah, but no eggs.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, maybe the nutmeg, but that's it.
Yeah.
You could
nutmeg.
get something.
Produce it, add a little nutmeg.
All I'm saying is you're missing a big opportunity here for your milk needs.
I'm just kind of out on it. I'm not gonna. I did that for a few years early on in my life. I overdid it. That was my problem. I overdid it. Those things where you overdo something, you don't want to eat it anymore, drink it anymore.
Yeah, honestly, I think I overdid it with just the one little spritz in my mouth.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 in 2,000 babies are born with teeth.
I did know that.
And that's insane.
And it's scary looking.
And they just come out with a full smile.
Yeah.
They're like, get the hell out of here,
Yes.
baby.
Yes, it's really crazy.
Um, where'd this thing about the French go? Um, okay, French, as of 2015, about 18% of pregnant women in France smoked up until their third or into their third trimester.
God,
So this is something that you've been to France.
I have. People do
Everybody
love to
smokes.
smoke there. It does look cool. Everybody there, I'm like, God, I wish I smoked because this looks cool.
Exactly. Could you imagine a pregnant lady, huge pregnant belly, just ripping one as she's walking down the street? To me, that's the pinnacle of fitness. Like she's not letting nothing slow her down. She's doing it whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
that's a
feel
cool
like,
lady.
and I'm just surprised there's not more shame around that there, just because everybody's like, yeah, I mean, the baby's going to smoke as soon as it's out.
Yeah,
So why
exactly.
not just start it early?
So,
Yeah, I mean, there's the medical studies are pretty sound around it not being great for the baby, but
yeah, hospitals are in France, they're offering payment vouchers in exchange for women to quit smoking.
can you please not do this?
They're like, we'll
Please
give
just
you
give yourself.
money.
Yeah.
You want here to take this money.
I
It's
got a,
funny.
I got a few more things here. One more. There's a lot of old like there's a lot of things that countries do all over the world about weird things with babies. Like in Bali, you're not allowed. You can't babies can't touch the ground for 210 days.
I'm what?
Because their feet hitting the ground is treated as their soul crossing over from the spirit world. There's like all these things like
Oh, but that's not a
burying.
law. That's just
No, these aren't
superstition.
laws. These are just like superstition things they have. Like you're not allowed to leave the house for 30 days. You can't shower, can't eat raw fruit in certain parts of China.
Hmm.
There's all these like things like that. Um, but there was one that they did for a long time. This is for royal weddings, and this is also if anybody's seen The Great, the same thing happens. That 1688. This is when it kind of started until 1948. They had to have witnesses when a royal birth would happen
Yeah,
because
you need people to watch.
they would have to witness it, like multiple people, to prevent
Somebody,
fake heirs.
somebody could switch that baby.
That's what they were worried about, is somebody switching the baby.
Yeah, I'd switch the baby.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the
So,
point is because then their king's just gonna take the baby and you're what are you just gonna later be like, that's actually mine.
yeah.
My baby's the king, and they're like, get out of here.
I know, I know. So that was the thing where they have like people just like it would be like a big showing. Like, hey, look at the birth is happening.
That'd be fun.
Good idea. Couple other crazy things here. Most children to one mo mother, 69. Somebody had 69 kids.
Oh my God. What's going on?
Valentina Vasilev, Russian.
69. So
16 set of
she had to
twins, seven set
start
of triplets, four sets of quadruplets, 27,
27 normals
and 27
ones.
confinements. 67 of
Oh my
69
God.
survived infancy.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
She was where in Russia or something?
Yeah, Russian. Yeah.
She's just speed running the gulags, filling them
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
Yeah, how do you support 70 kids?
You don't.
Yeah, you're like, go make some money.
You're
You're a
not a good parent
straight
at
rat
that
now.
point. I'm pretty confident at that point.
I
You're
no
not a
way
good
you
parent.
remember the names.
Oh, no. I mean, no. No, 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 no. I don't know what the deal with
You
the
got to number them. You
yeah.
gotta start numbering them.
Um somebody did have 9 kids and one
What?
birth. 5 girls, four
Whoa.
boys.
Oh my God.
All survived. These are ones that all survive. Ultrasound only saw 7.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Doc. Like 7-1 comes
Um,
out, she's like, oh, finally. And
yeah,
they're like, whoa, hold on.
yeah. Um, the oldest mothers, did you know the oldest mother was?
No, but I assume it's a disgusting.
IVF, somebody had IVF. She
Oh my
said she
God. So she
lied.
chose.
She lied that she was 55. It was in 2006. 66 years old.
I thought it would be older.
66 is pretty old.
It's pretty old, but I mean, like, you ever seen a 80-year-old? Now that would be impressive.
Okay, so you're not impressed by that.
I'm not impressed by 66.
Okay.
Do you have any tips for mothers? Because you've got to witness it.
Yeah.
Maybe about the labor, like bring in some apples because you can always juggle the apples. You can play catch with the apples in the waiting room.
That's a good one. Apples is a really good tip. I hadn't thought about that yet because you do a lot of things with apples. Yeah, right.
They're
You
not going to
juggle
let you
them.
bring in a couple of baseballs
No,
to the
you can
hospital.
bring in apples, you can juggle apples, you can eat the apples.
Hmm.
You can people used to smoke marijuana out of apples. I've seen that before.
I've done it. Yeah.
Those are kind of the main things you could do with an apple.
I don't know. Yeah, but are you bowling? You do bowling?
It doesn't work as good. They're not the good round shape.
Okay, well, you're in the hospital for a day.
That's probably pretty good. When I was last time I read my Ulysses S. Grant biography, I would say
That's awesome.
bring a bring a book that you've been take that's been taking you years to finish,
So,
and use that
so
at the t dedicated time to finish that book.
your wife's like, I think I'm contracting, and you're like, not now.
Now,
Ulysses
no,
is
he's
about
got throat
to.
cancer. He's got to write
He's
his
about.
he's writing his autobiography right now. I got to finish this.
Hold on.
He's got weeks to write it before he dies, so
Oh
he
my
can give enough
God.
money to his family. Oh no, he just got caught in another scam. He
Oh,
just lost all of his money again. Yeah, that's what I kept yelling at
that
about.
is pretty interesting. I
Yeah,
think. Okay, so that's your tip. Just bring a Ulysses Grant book.
it's big. It's the Ron Chernow one. Bring that one. You do a book for a lot of things. You also it's so many pages. You could also carve it out in the middle and put whatever you want in the middle. It would be one of those type of books,
Oh, okay. I
like
I don't
800
know.
something pages.
I don't know
I
what
don't
you're
know what you could put
smuggling
in.
into the
You could
hospital.
probably put
That's
in an apple.
You could put an apple or two in there.
Yeah, yeah, probably one. One you could fit one apple for sure.
Wow. Okay. My tip to people during their pregnancy,
Hmm.
you're gonna want to get some type of device that holds the baby up. So I'm thinking well, maybe like a beach towel. You wrap it around the bottom of your belly and you tie it around your neck.
Okay.
But then you tie the back that's behind your neck down to your waist so it keeps you upright. And this is just going to be much better for you.
Just support wise, you're basically thinking like a bra, but for your belly.
Yeah, belly bra
Belly
padded.
bra. Okay. This is a good invention, Steve. I like this concept. Something
Yeah.
that puts like more of the weight, distributes the weight more.
Yeah, because you don't want to start slouching when you're
Yeah.
pregnant. Keep
This
that
has been
blood.
super helpful, I think, for everybody that didn't know how pregnancy worked. And
I
you
think
did a good
so.
vending machine analogy. We told people a lot about things that happen to their bodies.
Yeah, what you expect when you're
Wait,
expecting.
what to expect or your expect date. Exactly. These are all, I mean, this is gold right now, what we
Yeah,
just dished out.
I think this will do a lot of good in the world.
I think so too. It's good to stay informed. You don't want to be an uninformed pregnant person. So
Oh no, that's a disaster.
yeah. So perfect. We're glad we could help. You're welcome.
Yep, you're
Check out
welcome.
Chubstep on YouTube. New episodes every week. Share the episodes with a friend. If you enjoy the episode, share them with a friend. Check us out on YouTube as well. The show has ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.